bruising, tough matchup between the New York Enforcers and the California Quakes. That's just the way the Enforcers like it. And they have the lead in this game right now, 10-7. On the women's side, Jamie Konomak and the California Bod Squad looking for a little revenge against Heather Gunnan. So far, they really haven't been able to get it. Although Konomak and her teammates did their part to try and fire the crowd up, Heather Gunnan kind of just passively looking on and maybe plotting another attack on Konomak. Who knows? On the men's side, Sean Atkinson has been the animal you expect him to be. Some of the moves that he has done have been incredible. He and Mark D'Amato arguing in the infield, picking up the furniture, threatening each other, posturing really. And then Atkinson later on in the game, in the second period, with an incredible move almost from out of nowhere. He flies across the track. There he goes. Well, it's halftime. Mark D'Amato has a cut on his forehead, and he's with Broadway Danny Wolf.
All right, I'm here with Mark D'Amato. What a first half. Camera guy, get in here. Take a look. This guy got KO'd by Sean Atkinson at the end of the first half. I've never seen you look like this. Look at these eyes.
Let me tell you something, Wolf. This is war. You hear me? I mean war. We are taking this title by any means possible.
Now, let me ask you. You're up by 3 points right now. I got a feeling you and Atkinson and Washington are going to raise the roof off this.
I've only begun to feel my wrath.
The battle continues between Heather Gunnan and Jamie Konomak, but right now it looks like Jamie, at least, is willing to forgive and forget.
New York Nasty, Heather the Gun Gunnan. Jamie, the California Flower Child Konomak. 2 months ago, Gunnan viciously sent Konomak headfirst into the rails, leaving her with a severe concussion and some severely hurt feelings. While recuperating, the Valley girl meditated to try to rid herself of Gunnan's bad vibes.
The incident gave me like all this negative energy, and I knew I had to let go of it or it would just like totally destroy me.
After consulting with her therapist, Konomak came up with an idea.
What do you want?
Heather, I know we've had our differences, but I wanted to give you this flower as a token of our friendship because I do know there is good in you.
You stupid friggin' flake, take your flower and I'm really gonna hurt you next time.
How will this horrible incident affect the fragile Jamie Konomak?
Well, I personally would never slam the door on Jamie Konomak, but Heather Gunnan is tough. Right now, the Enforcers lead the Quakes 10-7. We're coming right back with the second half, so stay with us. We're ready to roll on into the second half now with the New York Enforcers leading the California Quakes 10-7. Another chance for Heather Gunnan and Jamie Konomak to go at one another. Let's send it back trackside. Here's Ken Resnick and Lee Rehrman.
And Linda Leisure comes out from the pack, coming on the inside, and this is Stacy Blitch. It's obvious the Enforcer style, sending out Leisure, and the other jammer not even coming out of the pack yet is April Tootle, and it all comes down right now to Stacy Blitz and Linda Leisure. The Enforcers trying to stay physical, leading by 3. And Hawk, I think the wild card here for the Quakes is they miss Amy Craig because the men in her Atkinson have more than done the job.
Well, absolutely. We saw they started the game with only 4 women, and Stacy Blitz coming up to the back of the pack. Let's see if they get off to a better start here in the second half.
Karen Magnuson with a big elbow on Stacy Blitz. Shelley Rosell is also looking back to make sure that Blitz doesn't get by Magnuson, and so far we come up to 15 seconds. Magnuson now takes her tries for a headlock. Referee wins her up. Smart move by Magnuson, not wanting to pick up an early penalty. Sean Corbin right on top of that action. Again, as they come down under 5 seconds in the jam, Magnuson doing a great job, and Blitz now runs into Janet Abraham, but we'll have to wait for the call and see if she got around. No points. And Stacy Blitz obviously frustrated as Janet Abraham tried to give her version of a root canal.
Well, and her frustration's warranted. You see her start out with a good shot to Linda Leisure, but here Karen Magnuson sets her up. Janet Abraham finishes her off. I tell you, talk about a root canal. Is there a dentist in the house? Because Stacy Blitz might need one.
Stacy Blitz trying to get her thought processes back to work. It's been very physical out here. And now the Jammers, you see, started the back of the pack right away, breaking high on the rail. Is Edie Bo Bowman gets a whip from Shelley Rosell, but coming out on the inside is Heather Sunderman. This is Bowman and Heather Sunderman. I think it's Sunderman a little bit of the quicker of the 2 skaters. And Bowman now trying to go the inside, taking the short way. Bowman certainly the more physical of the 2. Sunderman doing a good job of avoiding the elbow.
Well, we saw Sunderman in the first half take a face right into one of our posts. I believe it was at the hands of, I think it was Shelly Russell, if I'm not mistaken. But the Sisters of Suffering, this is their staple play. They get out there, beat on one of the jammers from the opposing team, and then the Sisters of Suffering blockers waiting back and just wreak havoc.
And Sunderman now and Bowman closing on the pack as we're coming up on 15 seconds right now left in the jam. And now Sunderman goes by Abraham, who got a little bit tangled up with Bo Bowman. Sunderman, smart move, looking back, wanting to get ahead. Cindy Zimmerman trying to reach back for the whip. And Sunderman unable to grab her hand, but Abraham comes back up and just levels her. Retribution from Janet Abraham. Abraham was not happy the way Sunderman went right by her earlier. And now a body slam almost from Janet Abraham as she flails away at the much smaller and lighter Heather Sunderman.
Well, we saw the last jam, Ken. She went after Stacy Blitz. I think Heather Sunderman is on this jam. Who's going to be next? I'm waiting for Janet Abraham to go after Sean Atkinson.
Obviously, the Enforcer women have decided the best way to go with the Quakes is to try and physically put them down, and they are trying to turn this into an old-fashioned street fight.
Well, I mean, we know these Quakes like to play a finesse game, and the Enforcers favor a physical game. But Heather Sunderman, who is outweighed by Janet Abraham, she's the one not letting this fight end, Ken.
And now Abraham tosses her right over the railing. Stacy Blitz goes out to check on her teammate. A little too late. Heather Sunderman needed the help about 20 seconds ago.
Well, here you see Heather Sunderman trying to fight for some badly needed points, but Janet Abraham will have none of it. She closes the door. Here we fast forward a little bit, and this was the last straw for Heather Sunderman, who after this shot to the canvas didn't go back in after Janet Abraham again.
Things are getting a little close. It's only 2 points, and now the Enforcers go to their two ace jammers, Shelley Rosell and Heather Gunnan. But coming out, Jamie Conomack, the recipient of the whip from Stacy Blitz, and now Cindy Zimmerman out as well.
All right, I'm here with Janet Abraham, and I'm staying by him here. I don't want you putting your hands on me anymore. What's your problem with Heather Sunderman?
My problem is she's a big toothpick. She keeps trying to trip me up, and I'm not going to let her do it. You guys don't understood? Why are you behind there? You afraid?
I don't want you touching me anymore.
Great opportunity right now for the California Quakes. And you've got Stacy Blitz in the back blocking as here comes Conomack and Zimmerman. They're closing up on the pack. And let's see what Stacy Blitz has in store. There's some communication. She grabs one, grabs them both, a double whip for Stacy Blitz, and now Conomack cuts it off. They call that the double bod squad bust, and it worked to perfection as Conomack and Zimmerman each pick up a point and tie this game up at 10 apiece.
Well, you got to compliment Stacy Blitz. We know she can play finesse, but right there she was definitely helping out her teammates. Uncharacteristically, we talk about her showboating. Right there we saw some team play by Stacy Blitz helping out her teammates score points.
Again, it's Abraham and at the front of the pack, and now Heather Gunnan tries to go high. Linda Leisure gets tangled in the pack, but Heather Gunnan breaks out, and here is Cindy Zimmerman right up front. These are two of the best jammers in the league right now. Cindy Zimmerman and Heather Gunnan as they come around the corner.
Well, we're seeing a really good play by the Bod Squad here, Ken. We saw them come out early in the game, sorely missing Amy Craig, who stepped up of late.
And down goes Cindy Zimmerman with the elbow from Gunnan.
As soon as I say something, Heather Gunnan totally puts my foot in my mouth.
And now Stacy Blitz and this is back for the California Quakes. I can't see the number. Brooke Sunderman along with Stacy Blitz, and you see Janet Abraham dropping back what she does so well. Abraham trying to take them both down, and she does, and Gunnan goes right by her. That is, again, one of the reasons Janet Abraham, certainly one of the most valuable players, as now Karen Magnuson ties up another of the Quakes, Cindy Zimmerman.
But no, Ken, they're calling off the points. Janet Abraham, she's very viable, but what Sean Corbin, our referee, is ruling is that Janet Abraham, in an illegal fashion, to Brookhouse Sunderman, Stacy Blitz, takes him down illegally, 2 points removed.
Smart call. You saw Abraham grasp her hands around the hair of Sunderman and use her hair to pull her down. That's illegal according to WSL rules. All tied up at 10. There's no question the California Quake women certainly have got their act together here in the second half as Jamie Conomack breaks free. But here is the speedster, Heather Gunnan. Conomack and Gunnan, remember, there is bad blood between those two. Oh, and Conomack returns a favor that Gunnan did to her a couple of weeks back. Gunnan head first into the rail.
And I tell you what, kid, I don't know how healthy Heather Gunnan is after that shot into the upright there. She went face first. at the hands of Jamie Conomack, and they're going at it in the penalty box.
She held enough to go right back after Conomack. I think Gunnan, she came up with a look like she felt Conomack deliberately tried to injure her. And I tell you what, Gunnan has got her all tied up, and she is going right after.
And they picked up right where D'Amato and Atkinson left off, Ken. It's really getting ugly here. I don't know how long these people can keep up this kind of battle and intensity.
This one is all knotted at 10. We'll be back.